Oh my god, I forgot my voice. Damn.
Hello and welcome to week 4 of Allies of Justice. Thank you for joining in on us. We're missing a player today, unfortunately, so hopefully for his sake he doesn't die today.
Hopefully.
But, as we're just gonna jump right into where we started, the were-rabbit, after looking like it reconstituted itself, started to jerk around in its position before standing up and leaping off the ground, latching itself onto Bear, and furiously, clawing into his neck.
Oop. Yep, it was doing that.
A bear? I thought it was Clunk.
No, it was Bear. I remembered I didn't need to
Son of a
move very
bitch.
much.
Not so lucky there.
How much evasion do you have, Bear?
I don't think enough to beat that. Yeah.
Nope.
How much defense does he have?
Enough, I think.
I would think
Not enough to block all of it, but...
like enough to not die.
Oh, no. Yeah,
As
hit,
the rabbit
several times
just starts to
else.
hang on him and start biting, as the first one, he leans down biting on his chest, and Bear just trying to swat it. It's like, oh, stupid rabbit trying to eat Bear. As it goes down his body and then eventually finds its way to his shin before biting into Bear, as you guys start to see streams of crimson leap from Bear's leg as the rabbit finally leaps off of Bear and pounces towards Kronk's face.
Oh, fuck me.
Yeah, by the way, hear what? By the way, Ash, you're kind of cutting it in and out. I don't know if it's the kind that that goes away or... Sorry, go on. On Twitch? Skype, okay.
Yeah, only we can hear him.
Oh, okay. Only us cannot hear him. It's only on our...
Only us don't know
Okay.
proper English.
Yeah.
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah,
Goodness.
57.
Jesus Christ.
As it is Adzay's turn, as a were-rabbit leapt off of Bear and carved into his shin, as it's currently latched onto Kronk, trying to rip off his face.
Okay, so at that point, I'm going to run into this. Actually, okay, so I'm gonna run into the sphere, and I shout out, Crystal, can I fire arrows through this?
I think you can, but it'll damage the sphere.
Shit. Okay. All right. You come back in here so you don't die. And
On it.
From the rabbit or you?
Both.
What are you gonna do, Adzay?
I'm not going to harm the sphere, so I'm not going to do anything else with my action.
Kronk.
What is the spear's HP, by the way? I forgot. It's equal to my magic or something?
I think
It's
you can pull
almost
up
as
the
if you have a macro.
Yeah, you do have a macro for that, so just press it. It'll tell you. There you go.
Yay.
Left.
Alright.
So is it on me?
Technically,
Or
not
is it just
technically.
in the space?
Thematically on you. It's in your space.
Okay. But if I move it, I won't drag it.
Correct.
Okay, cool. So I'm going to move here. Moves to the side a little bit and swings his trusty axe to hopefully hit.
it makes that noise. You have a modifier of 30 to
30.
your attack.
Yeah. As it hits.
Nice.
I'm so proud.
Depending on its luck,
Is it-
that might even be a crit.
My,
Can it be a crit?
Surprisingly
Rockets
enough,
finally hit
it is a
something.
crit.
Nice.
finally hit something. Yes.
Yay, Croc!
So, Kronk, describe how you kill the were-rabbit again.
Again. Alright, so.
Kill it for good this time.
Oh yeah, no, I plan to. You make a bloody mess out of it, hopefully. As I hack it right into its side. Get up a little bit closer. I make sure to carefully sever its head completely from its body. And then I just dismember it as much as I can so it can't regenerate. Cutting off its limbs and all of it. Just dice it up as much as possible.
Watch it be like one of those that grow out from its severed limbs, so just make more of them.
Good luck.
Don't say that.
Oh no.
So, making much of a gory mess of the situation, Kronk, using his axe, goes up to the creature, first at a distance as he drops it in and embeds it into this soft turf that you guys are walking on, and not feeling satisfied with that, he makes his way over there and continues to bombard the poor creature. Every time a flash of Yoshua's memories that he's had, goes in his mind, before picking up his axe again and slashing down as another happy memory, and another, before the rabbit is just now a bloody heap, before Kronk, looks at the mess, just turns his head and it spits a goblet of snot out on the ground towards the rabbit.
Okay.
Don't think it'll be getting up from that.
Let's not be too sure about that.
Don't taunt it.
So we'll stare at the rabbit.
Yeah.
Oh.
Starts making any sort of movements and jittering.
How long do you guys stare?
I'll be staring for like a few minutes. Are we still in turn order? Can I speak still?
You can always speak.
Okay.
But yeah, no, just about a minute or two, because it wasn't that long when it rose up again.
Fair enough. I mean, I'll be looking at it, and I would look to Crystal for a second. Say, do you know any way that we could probably make a fire? Because I don't really trust just leaving these body parts here. I feel like probably reducing it to ash might be the best thing.
I mean,
Roll a survival. If you have anything in that.
how's that? You happy? I was gonna try to do something cool, but
Then do your cool. No one's forcing you.
No. Do I know how to make a fire?
You look around the area as you see a couple of malnutrition branches and trees that could suffice for what you need.
All right. I go to gather those, and I start to make the fire. Then,
What do you use to light it?
what do I use to light it? Do I not? I
Rubbing
probably
sticks
fucking
together?
iron.
How about some rocks to
I don't think we have any flint around.
Okay, well, we could still, like, do that with the sticks, can't we?
I'm curious. Hold on. I don't know if this will work though. No, it's not gonna work. Never mind. I don't know. Can I try to use the sticks thing to try
Okay.
to
I'm
start a
gonna,
fire?
I'm gonna move a little bit
Yeah, go
outside the
ahead.
sphere.
What do I have to roll for that? Survival
Survival.
Yeah.
again? Yeah. Let's see if I'm lucky again.
Ooh.
You attempt to make something out of the situation. You don't even get much of a sizzle or sign of smoke.
I look over back to Gub Gub. Hey, I noticed that you Crux like to hold on to flammable liquids and such. Do you have anything like that on you?
Gub's nowhere in sight.
Fuck.
Oh, he's
Gone.
not over here in the bubble anymore? He left?
He's gone apparently.
Yeah,
So
he's
often
not
where
in sight.
rabbit hate people. Don't go no like.
Shit. Alright, well, I look back to the, to the mound of body parts. Does it look like it's moving? Or twitching at all?
It doesn't seem to be.
Okay.
Do we need to spot it?
I'm gonna make a very close spot check just to make sure there's no, sudden little jury movements in that might say, oh, hey, it's still moving.
As you give it a look, it looks like it's dead.
Alright, well, now that
This
that
is also
problem's
considering the 2 minutes waiting.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Alright, so now that this problem's gone, let's hide Joshua for now.
No,
Because
even
it's-
more now. I don't want to just leave him. I still think we should take him back. Even more now.
I thought we agreed that we're gonna come
I
back so
never
we can save
agreed.
Babadook.
I never.
No, I thought
agreed
you
on
said yeah. No.
that. No, I didn't. I still
No,
think we
she
should
was,
take.
she was fairly still uppity about that. Look, Crystal, I hate the fact that Joshua is dead. I really do. It's just,
He's a child. We can't just leave his body here.
I know, but we're also dealing with someone who we don't know whether is dead or not and can still be saved. We can hide his body
come back and get her.
She's
Something like the rabbit.
Who knows? Who knows what time we could waste in getting him back to the village? And by the time we get back here, she could be dead.
Then why can't we just split up? One of you come with me and take his body back, and the rest of you go on while we take him, and we'll come back.
That is a terrible idea. We barely managed with this, as I point to the mangled corpse of the rabbit. What if there's more of these out there?
Exactly why we shouldn't leave his body here.
How long of the trip is it to be back?
Thinking it over, it will take you around 20 minutes.
20 minutes. Alright.
Does anyone have any rope?
don't
Maybe we
want
could
to
tie him. Maybe we could tie him up to the top of the tree so no simple predators can
Alright.
get to
So
him.
how about this,
Yeah.
Adze? Are you're still confident in your hiding skills?
A little bit.
So to appease everybody, it's about you stay here, stake out this area. I will bring Joshua back over to the hut with Lady Baba. Does that sound fine with you, Crystal? Just for now, so we can get him to a proper place.
Where are you taking him?
To the hut that we stayed at with Lady Baba. Since we haven't
Fine.
actually talked, or that we don't need it anymore.
But I want to come with you.
Does that sound good with you, Adzi?
How about Bear? Bear's also not looking too good, by the way, Crystal.
I know. I'll heal him.
Little creature hurt bare leg.
Is this out of combat? Do I not get the experience?
I'm sure it's certain it's out of combat.
Pretty sure at round
Yeah.
55 it's out of combat.
But he's still in turn order, goddammit. But anyway, we don't realize that. Anyway,
60.
okay.
Oh, and while you're at it, make sure you try your stabilize check to see if you can get that free heal.
Wait, to get that what?
You can stabilize once every wound, essentially. So you can still
Alright,
have the
so-
potential to heal him with that. So that way you don't
Nope,
have to waste
didn't.
another use. Okay, yeah. Well, you
That
tried.
was for Bear. I'm gonna try to stabilize myself. Nope.
Did you get hurt at all?
Oh. Right, my bad.
Yeah, so
I
far
thought
it
I
was just Bear who took damage.
Yeah, I also
Thought I forgot
think
to.
damage.
Thought I didn't stabilize myself
I don't think I
from
did.
previous battles. My bad.
All right.
You hear behind you as Joshua slowly rises from the grave and attacks.
Right.
Oh,
Leave.
So, exactly
Stop it.
how put together are those limbs and body parts of that rabbit? Like, are they like strewn about, like not mush? Because I want them to be mush.
I never
I
said
want them to be-
anything changed.
Okay, so yeah, I look back to the rabbit. So it's just like legs and stuff strewn about. I'm trying to understand the scene here of this rabbit. What state is the body in?
It is
Its
a gore
body
mush.
is, yeah,
It's a gory
much as
mush.
possible. It is
jello?
no longer a body.
Okay. That it's not limbs. It's literally mush, maybe cracked bones and such.
As
Maybe
much
tough
as
to
possible.
fur. Okay. All right. Well, I don't feel like having this thing out in the open because, for one, it could attract predators. I'm gonna look over here, try to find a big enough rock to put it under.
All right.
I'm gonna make is that a search or a spot?
Search is physically looking. Spot is, visibly looking.
I'm gonna visibly look for a big rock.
All right. Well, you go do that. We're gonna go and
that I
bring
feel like
Joshua
I
down.
might
We'll
need.
be right back. All right.
All right.
All right.
So is it just
Ugh.
me here?
Bear will come so I could find Gub Gub.
All right. Do I see a big enough rock?
It's almost as if there's a rock right there.
I mean, like there's that big rock, but I'm not sure I could lift that.
Probably
I
should have
don't
thought of
think
that
you're
ahead
gonna
of time.
find a hidden rock.
I can go ahead and try, yeah, but I mean, I want to find a rock that I can easily enough lift like this and put it over the big mound of body part.
Just dig a grave for it.
All right.
So you know what? I go over and I find a
Yeah.
big rock and put it over there. Do I have to roll a strength check? Okay.
Alright.
Oh, it'll be strength +4. Let's see how that goes.
I guess I'll be making a spot check along the way to see if we find Gub Gub. For you.
See if I have any spot.
So how does that rock lifting go? Okay. At that point, I'm just gonna say like, okay, fine. I'm gonna go. Okay.
Just slowly shoving the whereabouts under the rock. He's not even trying.
So as the other three make their way, Bear just like looking through the forest with a keen eye, trying to keep an eye out for Gub Gub. Kronk dragging the broken corpse of the past Joshua, and Crystal feeling rather responsible, currently holding on to the thorn-crowned hat in your hand as you walk along the path, heading your way to Babadook's hut.
Put it on. You hear a whisper in your ear that says, put it on.
Shut up, you're dead.
That's why it was a whisper, the ghost of Christmas past, something like that. I don't know.
Quiet you.
You gonna be alright, Crystal?
Yeah, I'm fine. I just wish that I could have. No, it's okay. I'm fine.
You know, once everything's down and settled, we still gotta give you some of that drink.
Yeah, I'll take some. I'm just gonna kind of look at the thorn crown hat, sadly, and then I'm gonna look around before actually putting it on.
As you put on
Now
the hat,
wearing the thorn.
it scrapes into your temple, causing discomfort as you feel moisture start to leak from the side of your head, but you push through the pain, using it as a reminder for the events that happened today. Meanwhile, as you guys are making your transit, in approximately 1 second, I need to do math.
Well, it's 20 there.
Shut up.
For everything.
Shut up. So, as you're trying to find a rock, giving up on the one that
Yeah.
you initially were trying to mess with,
I figured.
you would sigh. What do you plan on doing with the body? Or the meat, per se?
Well, with that meat turnabouts, I'm gonna start taking any solid bits of it and throwing that. God damn it! And trying to throw it somewhere different than its body. Like I'm trying to separate it, since it seems like it regenerated with its own form. So I feel like trying to make it harder for it to come back, if it will ever come back. A little harder. So I don't know why I would roll for that if I need to roll anything. So I'm just trying to separate everything, just grabbing to the mush and trying to throw it at different ends of this place, just making sure that they're far away from each other.
Alrighty. Roll a constitution check.
Okay. Okay, Constitution is a sword, so let's see, okay.
It's a lot better.
Noted. You make this effort for the next couple seconds, 21 to be exact, before you make the final thrust, getting it separated and feeling good with yourself as you look back to your hands, and you notice that your veins in your hands seem to be popping out awkwardly more than they should. Kind of like what it looks like when someone works out a lot and the blood vein vessels just begin to pulse. You kind of notice that as you just like open your hands up and open them, close, open and close them.
Okay, that's gonna have to have Crystal look at that when she gets back. And after that, I'm gonna go over to
1 second.
let's say, oh,
As you're going over that and like trying to figure it out, you then notice a small shadow loom over your side as you turn your head, as you see the fangs of the rare rabbit opened and about to interlock against your neck, as careening from the side, this bolt of dark energy seems to nail the rabbit with a as it hits the ground heavily, as coming from behind the rock, you see an individual with a book open and his hand extended. Go ahead and describe what he sees.
Coming from the forest line, Adze can see a man coming towards him, kind of lumbering a little bit, not exactly walking upright. He's got his one hand on his book, holding it open before him, about chest level, the other one outstretched. Maybe you could see some wisp of dark energy residing from the hand. But as he comes to you, he stumbles a little bit, and he's kind of squinting. He doesn't look too sure of himself, and he's like, "Who are you in this forest?"
I mean, like, I feel like time for questions is not exactly now. I feel like we still need to deal with that as I point to wherever the were-rabbit went.
Yeah,
As you turn to look at it, all you see is the corpse begin to turn to a sticky, tarry mess, as the dark energy about it seemed to disintegrate its form to something that's not even resemblant of a rabbit or meat.
I might have actually done it, actually. Fair enough, we never actually tried magic.
Yeah, the man looks at you and he says, yeah, that sounds all right. And then he kind of like scratches his head with his book, and it kind of closes by accident, and he says, "Oh," and then he opens it up again, looks around, and "Oh, who are you? Did I ask that already?" And he says, "Yes."
I like this.
And he looks back at you and he says, "I could have sworn there was a were-rabbit here." He pauses for a moment, looks down at his book, his hand, and starts to like remember things because it's a little bit blurry for him right now. And then he says, "Oh," and he closes the book, quickly snaps it, puts it back in his backpack in between his back and his actual chest. And he starts walking towards you. He's lumbering. He's not coming at you in a straight line. If you had any awareness to you could probably tell that he was more than a little bit tipsy at the moment.
Yeah,
And
I can tell.
he says, "Who are you in this forest?" Says again, and then he looks, frowns, and he says, "I've asked that 4 times today to one person," and then he scowls. "Why haven't you answered me yet?"
I mean, you haven't quite given me a chance to. Sir, my name's Adze. I came out here looking for an elderly woman named of Miss Babadook. Do you know her?
The man reaches up to his head, and he's got like a kind of long flowing black locks tied up behind his head and a little bit of a Chon mage / ponytail. He kind of scratches at it, pulls at it, looks around. He says, "Maybe," and then he scowls. "What's it to you? Maybe it's my friend, maybe it's not." And then he looks around. He's like, "Where am I?" Because he's confused. And he looks back at you. He says, "No, I don't know the lady." And then he kind of pouts.
Okay, well, she's missing, and we were a little concerned of her whereabouts, considering no one in the nearby village knows where she is, so we came out here looking for her, at which point we came across this were-rabbit. Are you okay?
As you're talking to him, you can tell that he's losing focus on you. His eyes kind of like look off, looking at you, but not quite at your person, more like past you.
Hey!
He starts to lumber forward a little bit, almost leaning like he's about to fall, and catches himself and says, "Right, I am fine," he yells out boisterously, and then he kind of takes a moment to sigh and breathe in deeply, and then he kind of collects himself, has his book in his backpack. He feels safe, and then he looks around and says, "My name is Connor. It's nice to meet you."
Connor.
Okay, nice to meet you, Connor. So what are you doing out here?
Yes. I was traveling, and it had nothing to do with the bar in town. And then he looks at you and he says, "Why are you asking me questions?"
Well, you asked me some questions. I just felt like it was only right to return the favor.
And kind of scowls at your logic and this twisted, kind of gnarly look at you. He's like, "Maybe that makes sense after all." And he says, "Right, right. Well, my name is Connor." And then he says,
Yes, you said that.
"Yes, that's right. And you are out here. You were attacked, and I saved you." And he kind of points at himself when he says it, and he gets a little bit louder because he wants to emphasize the fact that he saved you. And he's like, "You should thank me."
Thank you, Connor.
He says, "I guess that'll do." He looks not happy with the response, but he's okay with it. He says, "All right. Well, it's dangerous out here, young man."
Yeah, I did have a group. They'll be back in a little bit. We just had to deal with something. So I'll just be here till they come back.
All right. As you say this, he starts lumbering closer towards you, like getting closer to like look at you, taking a good look at you. He says,
He's starting to.
getting in your face a little bit, and he says, "You are Mata Wallen, right?"
Yes.
Says, "Good, good. I could tell by your hairline." And then he turns around and looks off, and he's like, "Where are your friends? You said you had friends." And he kind of looks a little bit panicked at that.
They'll be coming soon as Adzay's taking a arrow out of his back and knocking it in his bow.
The man turns to you and he looks at you with yes, I read that.
I'm sorry?
Nice, he saw me doing it.
Oh.
That's just staring at him.
Sorry, I was responding to Ash.
Yeah.
Yeah, so as he sees you do this, unless you're trying to hide it from him or like
He
roll something
wasn't.
like that.
He was making it very clear that he is not ill prepared for what might be coming soon.
Yeah. He looks at you and he scowls and he says, put your ball away, boy. I'm not going to hurt you."
I'm going to respectfully keep it out. No offense, but I have no idea who you are, and to be honest, your first impression is not exactly the best. You don't exactly look to be in a stable state of mind, so I'm just going to keep my distance. You stay over there, and we're just going to wait this out.
He looks at you almost agog and he says, "I am perfectly fine. I am Connor Snowwalker, and I am of sound mind." And then he says, "I know that this plant here is the..." And he looks at it frowning. "Forget that." And then he looks back at you. "Very well then. Is there something I can help you with?" He kind of looks around confused at you. He's like, "What are you doing in the forest, young man?"
Elderly woman, Miss Babadook, missing. I feel like we've been over this.
He kind of like holds up his hand for you for a moment and says, "Right." And he hiccups when he says this, turns around, looks at the ground for a moment, and says, "Okay, I'm good. All right, elderly woman. You need to find her. I am not good at finding people," he says.
Well then. Adzay is gonna walk over to this boulder and sit down.
So as Adzay does that, he looks over to you and says, "So what do you know about this creature here? Why were you fighting it? Did you chase it here?"
No, we just came across it. We were looking for the for Miss Babadook, and it just came out of nowhere and started attacking us. Or I guess we kind of spooked it though.
Nasty little buggers, they are quite aggressive, he says, and then he kind of looks over to where the not quite remains of the thing is. He says, it seems like you were having a struggle with it. Did you not have anyone who could take care of this in your friends? He says, in a kind of leading question.
I mean, we just none of us have what's it to you?
Scowl at you. Is that how it is? I ask questions, you don't answer them. You ask me questions, I answer them. It's not a very fair game.
What do you mean? You've asked me quite a bit of questions. I told you why I'm here. I told you my name. I just don't feel like telling you the capabilities of my group at the moment.
He scowls and he says, are you looking for someone to help you? And kind of like ask this with like a quizzical look.
I mean, are you offering?
For a bit of coin, yes, he says.
Okay, how much coin?
Enough to keep me fed and not quite sober.
Yeah, okay, like, I'm part of a company, we might be able to, deal with that. I look at my hands.
Are you alright?
As you look at your hands, you notice the veins now are pumping closer to the skin, and instead of seeing blue, they start to look black.
Ooh, that's not good.
And before you have a moment to have another answer come from this man, Khan, his eyes just roll to the back of his head as he lumbers forward off the rock and falls unconscious.
Can I attempt to catch him so he doesn't, like, brain himself on the rock?
Yeah, go ahead and roll a sleight of hand.
Oh, God.
Ready to miss.
You attempt to, but being cumbersome by the book and your inebriated state, you kind of just catch him by his clothes, enough to tilt it so he doesn't, like, hit his forehead against a rock. Instead, he hits the side of his temple against a rock.
He kind of reaches out, grasping at the hair like this.
And he dies.
And he says, I meant to do that. And then he looks around like someone was there to watch him. And then he leans down towards you. I would like to inspect the young boy and whatever ails him because he has recently passed out near my arms. And knowing what I know about this creature, knowing what I know about this creature, would be safe to assume that this is something regarding where it comes from and the origin of its power.
You can make any assumption you choose.
Okay.
You could do survival, you could do a knowledge, whatever.
Yes, I would like to roll knowledge.
Nature.
If I could find my macro.
I don't think I made a macro for it yet.
God damn it. Alright, I'll roll it. What? No.
Just do like 1d10 plus whatever modifier you need to give it.
And it's half of my skill modifier for it, right? So.
Yeah, you could do that manually. Like you don't even try and put that in the thing, but whatever.
That is knowledge run.
Sorry, here you go.
So, with what you... Anthony, mute yourself.
Yep, there you go.
With what you know of the situation, It's not much! Though, you're pretty confident, at least, that worst comes to worst, this has something to do with it. Since you walked up on him, like, messing with the thing's innards before it reformed itself off of one of the lumps that he tossed half-heartedly over his shoulder.
I see. Since I don't know the specifics of what's causing it, could I learn more about like the symptoms and how to relieve them?
Not with a 10.
Okay.
Maybe roll survival just to see how to keep him from choking
Yeah,
on his own
that's what I
vomit.
was thinking. Yeah. Well, we don't know if you're vomiting. We just know your eyes roll back to your head and you fell down. Possibly vomiting, but I warn you, if you do vomit, I will vomit as well. And says this to you, even though you can't.
Well, I'm
hear
unconscious, so you don't
him.
hear it.
All right, so if knowledge of run didn't tell me exactly what's affecting him, could I roll a knowledge nature to like? Is there something like wrong with his physical body that I can like treat at the moment?
Would be a stabilize.
Whoop. Well then, you are shit out of luck.
Stabilize for physical. Survival would be like for internal stuff, like trying to treat a disease or something. I think. So you can roll a survival to see if you can help with the internal stuff. Oh, never mind. Yeah, well.
All right. Well, not knowing what's exactly ailing him, I'm going to do my best to collect him, and carry him / drag him over to this little soft spot here, away from the gooey mess, and I will begin to call out, "Friends of the Marta Wallen!" He kind of hiccups out loud and just, burps.
Oh my gosh.
Hold on 1 second, young man. He kind of says this to you. I'm good now. And he starts to carry him. He starts sweating profusely as he does. There's a lot of work for him in his state. And he starts to drag you just across the rocks towards the soft green patches.
So, time passes by as you guys make it to back to the town, dragging the young Yashua's corpse along with you.
Well, we're going to the
Yes, I know.
hut. That's like a,
Yes.
Well,
I don't know.
where we're gonna go inside the hut. Hopefully, store young Yasha's body.
Until we can come back.
I like to imagine that Madame Babadook returns home while all this is happening, and then after you guys have left and dropped off Yashua, she just finds like a young body in her room. Like, oh god! Ah!
Oh,
No,
we're not
delivering
doing it in
to
her
house.
hut.
We're taking
It's
it to the
Taking it
hut
back
that
to our
we're
hut?
rent-
To the special
Yeah.
place? Okay.
You
No,
don't know about
no,
that. We're doing it in like the hut that we rented from her.
Okay.
The one that has vomit and shit all over it.
Oh, that sounds like home.
We cleaned that up.
You guys have the scene, so what are you doing?
Crystal doesn't start conversation.
You don't need to start a
What's wrong?
conversation to describe what you're doing.
We're just dragging him back to the hut. What the hell more do you want?
Is there anything that's going to impede us from actually getting him into the hut?
No.
Okay, cool. How close are we to town?
The town was 20 minutes to 15 minutes from the hut.
And Gub Gub's nowhere in sight.
He is nowhere in sight.
All right.
Where did the little crux go?
Being dirty little crux. Probably overholed up to where.
Do you think he went back
I
to
guess
the
a home is
cave?
now. I hope so, for his own sake. If I find him and he's not there, he may not be there.
You really need to calm down with that a little.
No, they started it.
Sure,
All right, as long as you know better.
possibly, but he seems a little different than the other cruxes.
It doesn't excuse his past.
Besides, Bear seems to really like him, so I don't think we're getting rid of him anytime soon.
Not fun of him. Between you and me, like, we just, when he's asleep.
I don't think we should do that. That'd be wrong.
You sure? The
I'm
crux.
pretty sure.
I'm fairly certain Bear is right there next to you all.
That's why we're whispering.
over this.
And that he's also not here to interject, so it sucks for him.
You're a terrible person.
Oh. Anything you want to say to Yashua before we go?
To who?
Yashua, the guy that we
Oh.
dragged back.
I'm just gonna look at his body and just sadly and just sigh. I'm sorry I couldn't save you, Joshua. I wish I could have gotten to know you better. You were the smartest of this entire crew, and you deserved a lot better than this. I didn't hear! Fight me! I hate you, Ash.
All right. As we take one last look at Yashua, just leave him at that. Close the door. As we look over to Bear, and I was like, "You found Gub Gub yet?"
Gub Gub! Come here, Gub Gub! Gub Gub!
Sounds quite like him.
Maybe he went back to Adze.
No, Gub Gub wouldn't leave me. Besides, Gub Gub doesn't have food yet.
You bought all those hats. What more could he want?
Oh, Gub Gub can't be safe without me. We need to find Gub Gub.
Well, that's for sure. Let's check back in the forest one more time. 'Cause he won't be in town, not with the rest of the people.
I mean, when we were on our way, didn't he mention that he wanted to stay in Babadook's hut? Do you think we should just check in there real quick?
That's another 15 minutes out. If we get back, it'll double our time.
I don't think we should keep Adze waiting much longer. But
I mean, in theory, you're faster. Like at a game, would she be able to travel that distance to check and then come meet us back? And will that roughly end up at the same time?
depends on her if she wants to do it or not.
What am I trying to do? Go get Adve and then meet back, or
No. Like you seem to be pretty quick on your legs. I mean, you should be able to check on Babadook's hut and meet up back with us by the time we get to Adze.
I mean, sure. We should cover all bases if we really want to try to find him. Yeah, I'll do it.
All right, come on, Bear. We're gonna go check back in the forest for Gub Gub.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, maybe along the way you can think of how do we get the trees back home.
Oh, I don't care about trees right now.
Alright.
As he kind of just slouches forward and keeps his head up and looking, but obviously a little downtrodden with the loss of Gub Gub.
Can I make another spot check for the trip back?
Yeah, go ahead.
Ooh. Yeah, worse.
So as you're making your way through here, you see a figure that looks humanoid but too bulky, like moving in the opposite direction of, like moving toward you guys, but further away, like parallel to where you guys are heading. So they're like 30 or so feet away that you can't see them flush through all the shrubbery. But if you like continued heading straight, you two would never even hit.
We're traveling in the same direction.
Opposite directions. Where you're going forward, they're going from where you just came from.
All right. And how far in is that?
About 10 minutes into going to Joshua.
All right. Well, I'll give a shout. Who's there?
So, this heat sucks. This is not like home. And aided to the fact that you're dragging this unconscious kid.
Bear?
I'm not talking to you.
Oh. I thought you
It
were.
doesn't help much either, as you're making your way through here. As to the side, you can't see. You hear a voice calling out, saying, "Who's there?"
Finally, at last, help me! And he immediately drops and pauses to bend over. And like as soon as he bends over, he's like, he just vomits and spews all over the grass in front of him, right next to Adze's shoulder, by the way. So you have something nice to wake up to if you woke up here.
I slept with Bear, where he pooped and vomited everywhere in the cabin. I'm used to it.
Yeah, you'll be fine.
You're unconscious.
I know.
And he says, over here. Kind of leans back. He says, I'm too old for this shit. And looks around towards his voice to where he heard it. He likely can't see you through the thick foliage. And he says, hello!
And through the brushes, you'll see a crag burst out. Come upon the instance of where you're just bent over, just over Adze, just pile of puke in the shoulder apparently, and like take my axe out and be like, you only got a few seconds to live if you got something to say.
Two fingers to you like this, then he puts them together and then puts them back apart. What?
You have a second bear.
It's not as good coming out as it is in. But the boy, carry him. You look strong. Sick. Yeah, here goes. And he looks back at you and he says, Crag Dweller, you know this kid? He points at him with his thumb.
Trying to say you did something to him?
No, no, don't assume that. And he knows what you're getting at right now, but he's trying to formulate the words to saying what he wants to. And it says, the kid, I don't know what's wrong with the kid. Fix him.
Well, check my inventory. Awesome, I got none of it. Lucky for you, I have my good friend over here. Hey, Bear, come check what this guy did to Adze.
He just jumps through the foliage. What did you do to Adze? Oh no, Adze's dead again!
Connor frowns when he hears this. Dead again, looks at the boy. Oh God, I can't deal with another dead body right now.
As Bear starts lumbering towards you and just tackles you to the ground.
We both fall into the vault.
Funny you think he cares.
He literally licked himself clean of shit and vomit.
He starts swiping haphazardly, not really with force, but more like confusion. Like, get it out my face.
Yeah, Bear's just like snapping in front of your face every time while you're doing it.
Like his teeth?
Yeah.
Alright, well, if danger is imminent, he'll quickly, as if he can act, he'll perform a... Goddamn, what is this called? What is it called?
Escape
I
artist?
can't... No, not escape artist.
We already established he doesn't have that.
Yeah, an ability omen, and he would cast an omen on the sky that just leapt at him.
Are you?
Oh shit.
Ooh, there's some echoes.
Yes. Not my echo. I can hear it though.
Oh! Bear can't see! Oh! Bear just starts swatting around and looks like he's in fear, but swatting just at nothing.
Yeah, while this is happening, Connor does his best to kind of scramble away. Get the Ursa. Oh God, this is bad. I've been like this in a couple of weeks. Get the Ursa.
Does Crunkle quickly reach up and grab you from your cloak or your robe, whatever you're wearing, and try to bring you back down?
No!
What did you do? That's two of my friends you have harmed.
Lies!
There
Don't
won't
lie
be
to me.
third.
Filthy Crag Dweller, he says to you as you start to manhandle him, and he's like, "Get off of me!"
You're just making the best impressions to everyone.
Wait till I get there.
It's great.
Let's hope.
It's great. Yes. I'm assuming he doesn't let go, so
No, I'm not.
alright, well, he says, "Let go of
What
me."
you did.
I dragged him. Hold on,
Please don't throw up again.
I'm good this time. Your friend here fought with this is your friend, he says, and he says, "You're the guy." And he kind of like perks up a little bit. He says, "He told me not you." No, he didn't tell me about you. And he
Might be
frowns
a
and
dead
says,
guy if you don't speak faster.
Look at him.
My friends.
He points at him like it's obvious, and he says, "Look at him. He is sick, like I feel, a bit queasy."
Yeah. What about the other one?
Oh, I made him blind temporarily. He was being a nuisance.
Stop it, or I will be the nuisance.
Let go. Need my hands to do this.
By the way,
I'm not hindering your hands.
All right, well, you'll make the sign.
within a minute, your energy would be depleted by that point.
No, I know we're talking. Shut up. You're unconscious.
Oh, oh. Bad needs to drink more water.
That sounds like a good idea right now. Please get some for me. My throat's got a crack.
Oh,
You're gonna stay here with me until we figure out what's wrong with everybody here.
He just looks at you. He gives like the deepest sigh he can give. That's fine. That's fine. I don't mind waiting. Waiting's good. Just don't let him die, and then you'll blame it on me. And I know this story goes on like 1,002 times. It's happened already.
I already blame it on you.
Heck, see, I always guess these things.
All right, there. Hold down his arm so he doesn't do that again. I'll get you your drink.
Really? This is necessary. Sighs.
Oh. Why are you rolling?
as
Like that.
since no one's come to help Adze, he begins to start to convulse on the ground.
Please don't die.
Yeah. I wasn't gonna say anything, but I'll be like, I am just right there on the ground.
Yeah, well,
Good.
the people who are living are having problems.
The other person hasn't made any conscious decision to come to the scene yet.
Yep, so we're gonna go check on Edsay. Boy, how does he look?
Yeah, by the way, Kelsey, you can come to the scene, you know. I'm pretty certain. Like following along with him? Go on.
As you look at Adze,
No, I
it seems
didn't
a
have it
lot
on
like... Well, you could have came in anytime you want. You chose not to, so... As you come to his body, it looks like his veins have been replaced with something equivalent to, like, I forget what the style is called. It's like, Burscuet? I can't remember.
Burscuet? What the heck?
Basically, all his veins look like they're blackened, and it's just like crawling up to his neck. His face seems to be the only thing that has any color left, and he's just convulsing on the ground.
Call for your doctor.
You're not
Ouch.
there.
Damn it!
I decided to go to fucking Babadook.
Yeah. Oh no. If only we all didn't simultaneously split up.
Best idea ever.
Alright, so. Well, I can assume this is a lot of magic. So. I don't know much about that since I'm entirely affected by those types of magic. I'm going to attempt to. Is that a legitimate thing? Should I not Google this? Oh, okay. Dude, you have a sick-looking disease. So I'm gonna just basically stabilize him. Not stabilize, but hold him down so he stops convulsing, and
You think I'm gonna stop?
he'll stop with a crag on you.
Adze, roll a strength check.
Oh.
Am I rolling a counter strength?
Yes.
Now you roll high.
Yeah.
Yeah.
As Adze just begins to convulse and violently shake against your movements, his teeth like grinding and close and shut with pressure, as his eyes just continue to roll back even further as you just see the now black veins that cover his eyelids. Oh, Adze's not dead!
If I can help it. As I begin to like jam whatever edge of my cloak and get into his mouth so he doesn't choke on his own tongue. I was like, I'll yell as loud as I can for Crystal. Hopefully, enough time has passed that she will meet us up and enter into this kerfuffle.
When you start yelling for Crystal, Connor also starts yelling, "Crystal lady! Baby lady! Or dude, Crystal!"
Can I hear this yelling for my name? Am I close enough?
Did you buy listen?
Yes.
Did I buy listen? That's the best question of the world. Yes, I did. I can roll a listen.
Then roll listen.
And rolls a 1. Oh, okay, cool.
Average.
Through the dense forest, you hear something similar to, like, whispers that seem to be calling your name on your way to Mama Babadook's. Or back from Mama Babadook's.
Okay. Since they faintly sound like my name, I'm going to head in that direction. Go on. Hopefully I could get there in time.
Are you walking?
No, I'm running.
Nice to know. So as Crystal begins to run through the forest, Kronk on top of Adze, who is currently in a battle in his own body, Bear just sitting there kind of dumbfounded at the death and non-death of Adze, and Gub Gub nowhere to be seen. With this strange new character that reeks of alcohol and failure. We're going to take a break here.
Yeah.
Alcohol and failure.
Oh boy.
It is a distinct cologne. One must cultivate it.
Thank you
we
guys
done.
for watching. We are going to be back in approximately 10 to 15 minutes. So it's time to stand up, use the restroom, all that fun stuff. Get something to eat. And we will be back with you in that time. See you soon. Peace.
Gosh.